They don't.
You think
all have to-
300,000 minors are lost in America? Are you crazy?
I'm saying that
What if I told you that Ben Shapiro's debate with 25 Kamala Harris voters was more than just a debate? It's actually a fascinating microcosm of society, showing us real, unfiltered glimpses into human behavior and biological differences. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. This one caught my attention as a big sociology enthusiast, and I think it'll catch yours too. In Jubilee's recent video, 25 Harris voters compete to sit down and debate Shapiro, literally racing to a single chair to get their chance. They stay seated until their time runs out, or until the others raise enough red flags to replace them. Now, this setup reveals so much more than political opinions. It's like a live eye test on social dynamics, traditional ideas around chivalry, and yes, those biological differences that impact behavior more than we often think. So let's dive in and see what this quote-unquote debate really has to say about us all.
how's it going, dude?
Morning, Josh.
Whoa.
So the first two chairs, won by men. They hit that chair fast and with no hesitation. What's interesting here is that these first races instantly highlight physical differences. This isn't a society thing, it's biology in motion. Science shows that men tend to be faster in sprints, stronger, and generally have higher muscle mass than women. You see it in sports like track and field. There's a reason why men and women have different categories.
That was so nice, everybody. Thank you.
Now, to make things fair, the men handed the third chair to a woman. Notice, handed. This decision screams tradition. Society has taught us to give certain opportunities to women because of an instinct to protect and provide. Think about it, even in the military, despite equality in training, the physical requirements are often lower for women. So men make certain concessions, and it's a reminder of the traditional, almost chivalrous role men have played in making things fair by doing the heavier lifting.
Whoa.
Then things get even more interesting. The fourth chair was won by a trans woman who actually beat a man. Sort of. Now this is where the eye test hits hard. This individual identifies as female, but that doesn't erase the biological muscle mass and speed that come with being born male. This race alone is evidence of why trans women in sports lead to controversy. Biological males, whether they identify as men or not, hold an edge in physical competitions. Here, we see the trans woman winning the chair, something that echoes what we see in physical sports like wrestling and track, where this physical edge can be seen regularly.
I didn't get a chance to speak because it was pretty competitive, but
Then we have a man who mentioned he didn't get the chance to speak because it was just too competitive. Now this is a deeper point because even though men won the majority of the chairs, not every man gets to the top. It's like in society. Men might dominate certain spheres, but it's survival of the fittest. You've got strong men at the top and others struggling below. This aligns with economic hierarchy as well. You see, when society calls out male privilege, what they often miss is that there's competition within the gender itself. Not every man wins. And we see that even here in a race for the debate chair.
Yeah, like a jackrabbit. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. You made it.
Then we have the fifth chair handed to another woman, and a few chairs later, another woman wins, but in a weak race. This all reflects chivalry in action, a mix of courtesy and sometimes just giving women an easier chance to win. There's a reason why men historically offer their seats, carry heavy items, and even fight wars. while women are encouraged to nurture and create. These societal traditions rooted in real biological differences persist even in simple actions like letting a woman sit down.
Whoa! You know what? Honest to God, just for that, I forfeit. That's like some serious efforting right there. Well done.
I'll take
really well
it.
done.
Thank you.
Now, I have to give credit here. A legitimate chair win went to a woman who's actually a tomboy, and she took that seat fair and square. No one holding back. This is another reminder that some women absolutely compete on par with men in certain physical aspects. But in many instances, without concessions, it's not the typical result.
If we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that? Because there's no legislation, in the history of America, that legislates a man's body, so why does mine have to be legislated? I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
One of the most hilarious moments, a trans man winning the chair and just taking over. Totally off topic. This guy, who was born biologically female but identifies as male, sat there, dominated the conversation, and completely took Shapiro off track.
Pleasure to meet you.
It shows that winning a spot or having a loud voice doesn't mean you're competent or well prepared for the task. Getting to the chair is one thing. Having the skills to use it effectively is another.
I mean, that's
So
Okay,
my
boss,
point is saying
I'm
that
sorry, you've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
good to meet you.
Sorry, you've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Okay, cute. Thank you.
Example, for example.
The way
So that was fun anyway. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks a lot.
Equals 900,000.
That's great. Thank you.
And one final takeaway here is the impossible nature of this debate. With 25 different voters, 25 perspectives, it's chaos. Even among Harris supporters, there's constant disagreement. They didn't agree with each other half of the time. The lesson here, no matter what we do or say, it's practically impossible to make everyone happy, especially in a society that's more polarized than ever. Trying to appease everyone is a losing game because everyone's version of right looks a little different. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.